Yeah, something that we were going to get to if it was organic, and it didn't come up was Greg Ellerfritz,
Oh, that's
years ago
right.
now, wrote
Yeah.
wrote an article about an encounter he had with a range. Basically, he was at a public range. Nobody knew who he was. And he was just there to train on his own, and it was right after Christmas. And he noticed this young woman who was all by herself, and he made small talk with her. And come to find out, her house had been broken into multiple times, and she literally, she'd never fired a gun before in her life. She bought what she could afford, which is a real cheap, crappy, like 380 or 9 millimeter pistol, whatever it was. And that she was bound and determined. She was worried that the robbers were going to come back that night for Christmas presents, and
Hmm.
she was, like, she asked all the guys that she knew, if they'd take her to the range and shoot. And everybody kind of blew her off and said, "Ah, there's no way you can learn to defend yourself in a night or whatever." And Greg, to his credit, said, I can help you. And she was incredibly lucky that
And
she
she
found
didn't even
Greg.
know
And
he was an instructor. He just happened
no,
to be
no,
sitting
yeah,
next to her.
no. But Greg's lesson and takeaway from that, and we just reshared it recently on our Facebook page from Citizens Defense Research, was that we need to commit. I think it's a great thing to talk about. The first week of January 2023 is, I think we as a community need to focus on inclusiveness, and there's a tendency towards snarkiness and this weird competitive vibe in the shooting community a lot of times, where you can post a video of you shooting, and people are going to come out of the woodwork to tell you how much you suck. You can post a picture of a gun, and everybody will say what a crappy gun it is, or what a stupid caliber, or whatever else. And I think that we really, really, really need to resolve in 2023 to build a bigger tent and a more inclusive tent. Be kind to one another. When you see somebody at the range has no idea what they're doing, especially if they're being unsafe, offer to help them. Offer to help them in the most magnanimous way possible. Try to be somebody who helps solve problems, and does it in a kind way, in a way that we act. We act in a manner that makes others proud of the 2A community, instead of talking about what a bunch of snarky weirdos and jerks and gatekeepers we all are. And so
Hmm.
I would just encourage folks this year, as you encounter people less experienced or less skilled than you, or maybe have less knowledge about the proper tools or proper techniques, rather than just talking trash, on the internet, or making snarky comments, taking photos of them and posting on the internet about how dumb they are, resolve to try to help.
Hmm.
And try to help people, and try to make everybody better. Because my goal is to create a so-called, like a herd immunity to violent criminal actors, by helping one person at a time, and to where hopefully eventually everybody in our community is sufficiently capable that violent criminal actors decide it's just not worth it anymore.
Yeah.
And the way that we do that is being kind and by helping others.